ago, she became the youngest artist to write, produce, and perform a #1 single for the song Foolish Beat, and now she is reloading.
Yeah, it's time to see what our guest host, Debbie Gibson, has been up to. Besides looking great, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
So we heard Rise earlier,
yes.
And that's one of the things that you're up to right now. I mean, you wrote it with your
My
man.
My man, yes, Dr. Rutledge, he goes by. Yeah, we wrote it for this documentary he did on malaria and the banning of DDT in third world countries. He just kind of picked up a camera and a crew. He felt a need and was passionate about the subject matter. And a woman or child dies every 13 seconds from that disease, and people here kind of ignore it or do things like, we raise money for bed nets. That little known fact, a lot of people they actually have to buy the bed nets.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And then what are you going to walk around with the bed net all day? It doesn't solve the problem.
Right.
So the documentary is really about getting to the root of that problem. And when I first met him, he said, you know, watch this and see if you come up with anything musically. I want to cry talking about it because it's such a passion of mine. I ended up scoring with a collaborator the entire film and did the song, and
it was shortlisted for an Academy Award.
Yes, it was. And I feel like the subject matter is so universal, especially now with the political landscape. It's really about the power belongs to the people, and you cannot keep the human spirit down. That's the universal message in the song.
And you also got Electric Youth Reloaded.
Yes, to just completely lighten things up.
I know, we'll change a little bit.
Woo, now I'm not going to cry. Okay. Yes, I never knew I was unloaded, but now I'm reloaded. Anyway. But yeah, we did this really cool remake. Me and Jace Hall, who's got this incredible show on the internet called The Jace Hall Show. And he came to me and he said, you know, I'm from the video game world, and the youth of today is literally electric with media and technology, and the youth is still kind of on the cutting edge of everything, of music. We look to the youth for inspiration and where the future is headed, and so the song is still relevant, and so we dubstepped it on out and did the video. It's actually in 3D.
Well, and you look hot in that. In your pink, I mean, you are just rocking it.
I just ate a whole lot of protein and vegetables that week before, people.
Yeah. We love the fact that you don't shy away from your past.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you play up the whole 80s thing. You've been in Katy Perry's video.
Yes, yes.
And you really embrace it, and I like to see that.
I do. I mean, I think I'm secure with where I'm headed musically. I'm working on new music now, which I'm very excited about. But, you know, you give the people what they want. It's like, if I go to a Madonna concert, I want to hear the hits, darn it. Yeah. You know, I mean, you want to hear the new, but there's something about, I think every artist has a moment in time, and I feel like my next moment in time is still yet to come, but there is that moment in time that's usually some 5-year magical period that people kind of consider like a soundtrack to their youth, if you will. Yeah. And I love being able to evoke that in people, that emotion, you know, and hear their anecdotes of how maybe my music played a part in their lives.
Yeah, or your poster,
right?
Yeah,
well, like I was probably doing this in a poster.
I had that one. I had that one.
That was you.
We were talking about singles. You know, I would listen to the single cassette tapes that you'd put in a cassette player. Cassingles.
Bring back the cassingles, people.
So, okay, we have a game show for you.
Oh, God.
And it revolves around if you can figure out other music legends' real names. Some of you may know personally.
Oh, this is cool.
All right, so we're going to start off. The person's real name is...
I can't even figure out my own. It was Debbie, Deborah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so figure out Pat Andre Jajewski, I think. And it's Patti Smythe, Alanis Morissette, Pat Benatar, or Sheryl Crow.
What? Say the name again.
Pat Andre Jajewski.
I'll say Patti Smith.
The answer is Pat Benatar. Okay.
I've never heard that before in my life.
I know. Okay, so here's another one for you.
Okay.
Richard Wayne Penniman. Was it Little Richard, Keith Richards, Lionel Richie, or Richie Sambora?
Say it one more time. Oh my God.
Richard Wayne Penniman.
Richard Wayne.
Little Richard,
Penniman.
Keith Richards, Lionel Richie, or Richie Sambora?
I'll say Little Richard.
Ta-da! Correct!
All right.
Okay. One more.
All right, here we go. Last one for the win.
All right, for the win. Harry
Careful,
Roger
friend.
Webb, Cliff Richard, Elvis Presley, Little Richard, or Harry Nilsson?
I'll say D. Harry Nilsson.
Answer is wah wah. Cliff Richard.
That was
It was a good game.
Right?
It's fun to lose sometimes.
Why didn't you give me like the Elton John,
Because I didn't write
Reginald,
them.
like something we grew
I'd
up
have done
with.
it. All right.
Man.
We're wrapping up with Debbie Gibson. We come back and you can find more info on her right now at the cbz.com. See you in a minute.